Tariq!
Tariq!
Come back!
Tariq!
Tariq, what are you doing?
حرام بس هي تتبعثر بزني.
Hey, I'm Zainab.
And I'm Mia.
And welcome to another episode of Sprinkles and Spice.
And stop having fun without me.
Stop it. Just don't. If you're going to have fun and I'm not there,
I'm going to have the worst FOMO ever, and I'm going to have to come back to Kuwait.
All right. Well, before we get into the episode, we have a very special guest today in the studio. She's not only a guest, she's also our bestiana.
Aw, thank you.
She is a pastry chef, and she has a pastry diploma from Le Cordon Bleu.
Yes, she does.
And she makes the best cookies, not only in Kuwait, in the world, in my opinion.
Thank you. Yeah, that's the whole aim.
AlBaroud, aka Max AlBaroud. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for coming.
I'm so excited to be here, and we've come a full circle.
Yeah.
I've met you guys because of the pod, so now I'm here.
Yeah, well,
I've known you for a while, but
we knew each other on the internet.
Yeah. We met on the internet, but I fell in love with Mia through the
She
pod.
met me through the pod.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
So how have you been?
Wallah, surviving life as much as I can. Surviving allergy season.
Oh my God, we're all trying.
Is it allergy season here?
Yeah.
There's
I
no
think
trees.
it's everywhere.
What pollen is there?
No, it's the dust, maybe.
No, it's hay fever because like the plants are saying hello to each other.
I don't know what plants. I don't know what plants you guys are talking about.
Let's talk a little bit about Familia.
Ooh,
Your business.
Your business.
yes, that recently launched.
Yes.
I launched Familia recently. I wanted to put my name out there in the market. I finally have something to my name. And yeah, the whole concept of it is that basically I'm collecting the family, let's say, heritage with the recipes and everything, and I'm putting them out in the world, tweaking them a bit, and then just bringing more love to people, and just like each family has a family member, Familia has family recipes.
We volunteer as like taste testers if you need,
Oh, obviously.
I mean, I've already tried. You tried the
Cookies.
the
Yeah,
Max's cookies,
Yeah.
and the Yaya crinkles though. Oh,
She can't stop talking
my
about
God.
it.
I can't stop talking about them. I've been talking about them even before you came to the studio. I was telling Mia about them. They're so good. I've ordered them for my friends. They're obsessed with them.
glad
So is that a family recipe?
So Yaya's crinkles is basically the nanny's recipe. She started making them like 2 years ago for Ramadan. She just like out of adventure, and just like she was just trying like new recipes. That's how it came about. And then like I loved them so much, and like the whole family loved them so much. But for packaging, they were too thick, so I had to tweak the recipe a bit. And it is what it is now.
And we love it.
Yeah.
Anna could never.
Yeah, poor Anna. Anna's now become. Do you know who Anna is?
No.
Anna.
Who's Anna?
Her nanny.
Oh.
She's like a character of the Sprinkles and Spice
Is
universe.
it Zainab? Is that her? Madame.
Whenever
Madame.
she texts me, she actually texts, Madame. Icon. She really is an icon, yeah, but she could never make this.
tea. Listen, she brings good tea.
She does. Yeah, she makes really good. Well, it's my mom's recipe.
Yeah, I know.
She just knows how to make it.
Yeah.
But now she's gone. Anna, come back.
Wallah.
Every episode.
Shout out Anna.
I miss Anna so much.
She's on leave for 2 months. So literally last night, as I was like folding my laundry, I'm just like, Anna, I miss you so much.
Wallah, يعني, they are like our nannies are part of our families.
They really are.
Yeah. So yeah, we started with those two recipes, my recipe and the nanny's recipe. So Yaya means nanny in I'm not sure if it's Tagalog or Bisayan. So it's a language spoken in the Philippines.
Yeah.
So Yaya's crinkles is her crinkles. And yeah, inshallah, more to come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any other cookies in the making?
We do
recipes?
have a cookie coming up soon, but we also want to let people know that we're Familia baked goods. So like we have so many baked goods coming your way, not just cookies.
Maybe a sprinkles and spice
I
one?
was literally
baby
thinking,
girl.
I was like,
You know it.
Rainbow sprinkles, some
we're
marshmallows.
professional cookie connoisseurs.
Yes.
Oh, yes, you are.
We can cheer you on as you make them
Yeah.
and then try them.
We can even say hey every
Yeah,
time
every time
you do anything. We're like, hey.
Hey!
Yes, mad delivery.
And when people order the sprinkles and spice, we actually deliver door to door.
We don't just
Imagine-
deliver the cookies.
It's a full-time job, just us going around delivering the cookies.
Just Zainab having road rage because people here are driving around saying,
Get out of my way! I need to deliver these cookies.
Exactly.
and Max in the kitchen full time.
Yeah.
You know, whisking away. I don't know. What
I
do you
am
do? How do you
indeed.
make
Do you
cookies?
whisk? Do you whisk something when you make cookies?
I mean, the machine does it for
You
me.
beat the batter.
I beat the batter.
What are you doing? I'm beating the batter. What are you doing? That's so powerful.
Is that what it's called?
I mean, I guess.
I'm just trying to understand like the baking jargon.
But I feel like I just make cookies. Yani, that's how it is, you know. Like
Max went to Cordon Bleu looking at us being like, these are idiots. They do not
Like,
represent.
sure, whatever you guys want to call it.
I mean, there are terminologies yani, that only like chefs in the kitchen use. بس
Hands.
لا يعني with everyone watching The Bear, everyone's like behind, corner. Thing is, we used to say behind a lot. In school, but يعني, it's not as dramatic as they make it seem. You're just trying to get out of people's way. Also,
What is hands though?
I'm not sure what hands is because we used to like describe what we're like carrying. So for me, it was hot tray, sharp knife. So like that's how we used to
Okay.
do it. Like you announce what you have.
My toxic trait is that when someone says hands, I'm like knees and toes.
As what should, I think.
Imagine
يعني.
me in the kitchen just going hands, shoulders, knees and toes.
Knees and toes. Yep.
And then everybody's spilling everything all around you everywhere.
Exactly.
And she's continuing.
And that's why you guys host the pod.
And we're not
And
in the
I'm in the kitchen.
Couldn't be in the
All right,
kitchen.
well, let's get into the topic
Yalla,
of
let's.
today.
So as we're
excited.
all friends,
Yes.
we're going to be discussing friendship and FOMO in friendship.
Oh, spicy.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. So
I think, should we describe FOMO? Like, I feel like if someone doesn't know,
if you don't know what FOMO means,
it's fear of missing out.
get out from that rock that you're living under or that cave or whatever it is.
Yes.
Maybe get a phone.
Get
Actually, don't get a phone. Go outside.
Touch some grass.
Touch some grass. Hug a tree.
First of all, because I don't have a phone, this felt like a personal attack.
Ooh. Shouldn't you don't have a phone?
I broke it in the ocean.
She broke
we're
it.
Just, we're not addressing that today.
Oh, okay. Adi, my phone has been stolen twice, so Adi, I feel your pain.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, my screen is cracked.
Okay.
Like crazy. I have a huge green line.
Okay.
It
right
actually-
down the middle.
It matches my dress today, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep dropping it.
Adi, it
Yeah.
happens. Adi.
Dropping it or smashing it on the floor?
Well, yeah. Let's
Potato.
potato. Yeah, but basically, I think FOMO in friendships is basically when you feel like this unease or anxiety when your friends are going out and you can't make it.
Okay.
Or doing stuff without you, like not
Without
including you.
Oh, so they're not inviting you?
Yeah.
Are they your friends?
They're your friends, but they're doing stuff. I mean, come on. We've all had that
different
happen.
groups of friends.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. But I don't take things personally when it comes
Yeah.
to like these kind of things. يعني, I've been asked before, like, oh, ليش ما قلتولي? ليش ما عزمتوني? But like, I always wonder, like, why?
So you're not someone who has FOMO?
Oh, with friends if they're out, I don't. Like, I don't think I do because like I'm like, you guys had fun, good on you.
What about like other friend groups when you see other friend groups having fun?
I honestly, يعني, to each, I'm such a to each their own kind of person.
So healthy.
Wallah.
I'm so shook. I'm like, wow, like she's so grown.
Yeah.
And evolved.
I don't think I have FOMO like when I see other friend groups having fun. I have FOMO if my friends are doing something and I can't make it, or like, I don't know, if I'm not there, like I'll have major FOMO. I'll like, I don't know, I'll cry. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I won't cry. It's gotten better, but that's my downfall. Is my FOMO really drives me to overachieve, I guess.
Okay.
Or double book, triple book myself sometimes.
Oh.
Because I'm like, it's okay. I'll go here for an hour, and then I'll do this for 2 hours, and then I go to like the first thing, and then I'm like, I want to stay longer.
Zainab actually has 18-hour days where it's like 18 hours until she goes to sleep, and then she's 8 hours of sleep. So do the math on that.
Oh,
Do the math.
okay.
Sometimes I'm like asleep while I'm, sitting there. You
Yeah.
don't know it. I'm resting.
I'm a very much listen to your body kind of friend. اللي you're not feeling well today. عادي, we can postpone.
Yeah.
يعني
You have JOMO.
hangout. إيه,
Joy of missing out.
Oh yeah. بس لا, I don't like it when plans change. بس يعني I don't, يعني it's not the end of the world. You know what I mean? يعني it's the kind of thing اللي I'm like, like I couldn't make it this time. You guys have fun without me. But they end up like postponing the whole situation.
I feel like I have FOMO, but then I'm like delusional enough.
I was just gonna say
Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, they're not having fun because I'm not there.
Yeah.
I'm like, it would be fun if I was there.
Exactly. I that's what I think sometimes, where I'm like, you know what, it's fine. Like if I'm trying to talk myself out of it, I'm like, it's probably not gonna be as fun if I was.
Yeah. Who's gonna bring the vibes if we're not there?
صح, truly.
Yeah.
For that, يعني I vouch for you.
I feel like I can entertain myself wherever I go. So
Yes,
doesn't
same
matter.
here. Yeah.
But no, sometimes I do have JOMO.
Yeah.
Where I'm like so tired, and I'm like, you know what, you guys can go and hang out without
Yeah.
me.
The more time passes, the more I have the JOMO that I'm like, oh my God, but I'd rather just be on my couch. Especially when you think, like, you guys, sometimes you like you get overexcited and you get there and you're like, this is what I prepared myself to go to. I could have sit on my couch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially when you get to a situation where you're like very overstimulated.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Also, wait until you're in your 30s. It gets worse. Apparently, it gets even worse in your 40s.
In your,
I'm in my
in my 40s, I'm not gonna have social media. I'm not. I don't want to see anyone living their life.
I don't
anyways.
believe that. That's a lie, Mia.
Yes,
and you
why
know it.
wouldn't you?
Because I think in my
Mia,
40s, I'll
that
disappear.
social media.
I'll disappear. No one's gonna know where I am when I'm 40. I'm gonna be gone.
Okay, I would love to live to see the day.
You will. You'll see the day. You'll call me
yeah.
on WhatsApp. Be like, remember when you used to had TikTok? There's not gonna be TikTok. There'll be something new. I'm like, yeah, I don't even know how to use the phone now. I'm on my Motorola. What's up?
MashaAllah.
No one's believing it.
I'm not buying it either. I will believe it when I see it.
We'll see
Exactly.
when I turn 40.
In 20
Inshallah, letting Na'amur and we turn 40. We'll see where things go. I know we'll get there before her, bad.
I just feel like khalas, by then I'm done. I've scrolled, and guys, I'm like literally worried for my thumbs. I haven't been on TikTok in 3 days, and I keep wanting to do like this and this and this. And in my sleep, I wake up and my fingers are shaking. I can't.
Fidget spinner. And you
Literally, I'm like, this is not
You're like,
normal.
I need to scroll or else I'm gonna die.
I'm missing out on all the skincare hacks. I have no, you know
You
what?
have FOMO now?
on TikTok. I have TikTok FOMO. I'm like, I'm missing out on something. Something is being missed on.
Speaking of TikTok, there is with social media, there is the rise of FOMO because of everybody watching everyone.
You see the highlight reel.
You see the highlight reel, yeah.
It's not real.
And that's the problem. But do you think people still fall for the highlight reel?
Yeah, I do.
I mean, يعني with people over, to me, honestly, I miss secrets. I feel like people are oversharing now. يعني, and to be honest, part of why I personally don't have FOMO anymore, because I know about everything.
Yeah.
They're tweeting about it. They're like posting Instagram stories about it. They're on TikTok about it.
Yeah.
There's something relatable on TikTok about it. فيعني, technically, you're always there. Like, you know what? I miss FOMO.
You're on people's honeymoons with them.
Yeah.
You're literally like, I saw your room. I saw what you ate. I saw like the location. I'm honeymooning with people at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which
It's-
makes me think they're not having fun. Because
That's
if you have the time to
That's
do that,
the thing.
like,
If I'm having fun, I don't have the time to like post.
Amen.
But that's something that I've been doing lately. I've noticed that it's ironic though, because we do have podcasts and we're supposed to be more active on socials.
Yeah.
But I've been keeping things to myself. Like I take pictures, I take videos. Like even this past weekend, for example, I went to Haflat Miami on Friday. It's so good. Didn't post one thing. Nobody even knew I was there unless you saw me there. But like, that's the thing. I loved it so much. It was so much fun. Yeah. So much better than last year. Good job, Free Jabriya. And Manayir. Shout out Manayir.
Oh, shout out Manayir with her Samri dancing.
Yeah, wait, hold on. Do you know that now they're calling her فراشة الفن الكويتي?
Allah,
or Manayir الكويتية. I don't know. She wasn't the one الكويتية.
Today I saw a full-on debate / fight on Twitter about her dance لأن they were wondering whether it's Samri, Khammari or Qadiri. So these are 3 types of music يعني بالكويت في السامري خماري والقادري. They were like يعني they were differentiating whether this is Samri and like there was a whole debate on Twitter.
I just know Samri. I don't know the other.
But I like the fact that we're talking about these things. You know? Like يعني it's really nice.
Yeah. And the fact that she actually like dives into these different dances and where they come from and all of that. It's really great.
It's amazing.
But yeah, I went to the concert and I also had a beautiful weekend and I enjoyed myself. I took so many pictures. Didn't post anything because I just feel like I don't know. Like you said, like people are just sharing everything about their lives that it's like it's not special anymore.
To be honest, I'm telling you, I miss FOMO. I miss people telling me about things and I'm like, Hasafa, wish I was there.
Yeah.
I can't feel it anymore because I'm always there.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are
virtually.
I'm always there. Like I know what they like, what they ate, what they tried. And like these like mini vlogs that people do of their day and everything, which is
Well, I mean, I think there's also the idea of like if you don't post, then no one's going to know. And I think people have this idea that they have to share to keep everyone connected and keep everyone in the know. But there's something very beautiful about just calling somebody like, what did you do this weekend? Or how was the vacation? I miss that aspect of it. When you can tell the story to the people that matter rather than like, I don't know, 500 people looking at your story and you're like, I don't really even talk to most of these people.
Yeah, not just that, like 500 people looking at your story, assuming that you have a beautiful, perfect life.
Exactly.
Just because of that like night where you posted yourself having fun, because people don't understand that I'm not going to be posting my struggles.
Yeah. Exactly.
If I'm breaking down in my car,
I'll only post that on my close story. في أشياء حق close to us friends وفي أشياء حق الpublic.
Close story. Like you're gonna post your breakdown, but you're gonna make fun of it or whatever or talk about it.
Or
but
post a meme about it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But it's not like if I'm going through something, I'm not gonna talk about it then and there. So people just assume that, oh my God, this person's life is amazing. This person has their shit together. This person
Evil eye is real. I'm obviously culturally, I really believe in evil eye. And I always feel like there's something about posting after the fact that I always like more. You know, once the moment is over, I'll just show the world, because in the moment, I want to be in the moment and I want to enjoy it.
Also, you don't want stalkers.
Yeah, no. Obviously, as a woman,
especially if you have a public account.
Exactly.
Yeah, as a woman, that's terrifying.
I actually had a friend tell me that, where he was like, if you go somewhere and your account is public, don't post where you're at then and there. He's like, when you leave, you post.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, that's actually
smart
good advice.
Yeah.
So if you have a public account, be careful out there. A lot of creepy men lurking in your stories.
Exactly. Also, or assume things about you.
Yeah.
إنه أنتي قدرتي تروحين هناك وما قدرتي تشوفيني, or like you couldn't come to this place but I saw you went there, and I'm like,
it's like what I hate that.
What in the interrogation is this?
Like, yeah, it's like you're being watched. Where people are like, I had this happen to me like years ago, where I would like post literally 5 seconds of my day when I was working at an office. And it's literally like, I'd post like whatever, a story. And then someone was like, oh, do you guys ever work?
What?
I'm like, this is 10, 15 seconds of my day.
Of like an 8-hour workday. So.
Exactly.
Like I'm not allowed to have a break or have fun or sing at the office.
They have fun in jail. They have fun at work.
Even in jail they have fun.
Like, sir. I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Do you feel like part of the appeal of posting on social media and sort of showing like the world what you're doing is a thing of like acceptance and belonging and showing people, oh look, I do cool things. Like, do you think that it's more than just sharing with your friends, but also it's like wanting to show people or prove to people that you're out and you're doing cool things? Do you think that plays a role in it?
100%.
Yeah, I was gonna say 100%.
Like it's. I feel like at this point, that's totally the point.
Like if you go on holiday and you don't show people what you're doing, there's almost an idea like maybe it wasn't that good of a holiday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why do you think that is then?
I don't know. It's weird. Now I'm thinking about like myself, like when I travel and when I share, like, is it because I'm trying to show people that I'm having a good time? Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really, I think that goes back to, I'm going to say it, high school and wanting to feel like that sense of acceptance. Because in high school, we all are pushed to sort of like the same things and dress the same. And there's like a uniformity.
Yeah.
I think a part of us still carry that with us now.
Oh, also social media contributed to that as well.
Yeah.
Like people's behavior and how they act on
how they
social
dress.
media. Like if
Yeah.
you see people talk on social media, they all talk the same. They have to start with طبعا اليوم أنا.
Yeah.
We
لا,
don't
ولا-
say طبعا that much
Yeah.
on a daily basis. يا جماعة. And I'm
يا
like, what?
جماعة.
منو?
And when they review food, خيال
خيال.
الطعم
أي.
مو طبيعي.
والله
طبيعي.
كلهم يتكلمون نفس الشيء. They all talk the same way.
Yeah.
يعني even the kids, like sometimes I like some like kids pop on my For You page on TikTok and like you see them, get ready with me حق المتوسطة, get ready with me حق المدرسة, and like they're in like school uniform and they all talk like the influencers that they watch and see. They all talk the same. It's terrifying. And even with sharing, why are you sharing? Okay, I get it, the sense of belonging and everything, but it's not even unique the way people are sharing. لازم a nice filter,
Yeah.
nice angle. There's like now I don't care
And the
about
same poses. Like
Yeah.
you hold your matcha the same way as everyone does. Like it's very odd.
We talked about it a few episodes back where we were saying that everything is just like unoriginal
Yeah.
on social media right now. Even like content creators, they're trying to follow a certain formula to, I don't know, like basically get the algorithm to like
Yeah.
boost their content or whatever. So it's just unoriginal and it's so repetitive and it's boring. I'm so over scrolling these days, honestly.
يعني to be honest, like I use social media to keep up with friends that I don't usually call much, you know. يعني my friends with kids, that's how I know, like, oh يا حليلة راح الحضانة, you know, like
Yeah.
her kid went to kindergarten. والله العيد now, oh they're in like first grade, whatever. That's how I keep up with my friends.
Yeah.
But at the same time, يعني I love these like original stories where like it's very intimate between us and like I'll say something, they'll say something back. It's very like organic and like
Yeah.
it actually served the purpose of social
Exactly,
media.
yeah.
And like you keep in touch with those who you can't call every day. Oh, like they don't have the time to call you every
Yeah.
day.
And you keep in touch with people that are abroad. Like, for example, my uncles, like I talk to my uncles every single day. But also, I know they enjoy seeing my stories of doing stuff because then at night when we talk on the phone, it's like, oh my God, that looked so fun. Where is that? Or what is that? It's nice when you're talking to people around the world. I mean, you look at your nephew
Yeah.
through Snapchat. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you'd miss out on when he's
Or
growing.
Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes we bully my sister-in-law. Send more videos. And she's like, I have 2 kids. And I'm like all alone. What do you want from me? And we're like, more videos.
Exactly. As one should. يعني.
Yeah. But say, like you said, like I have a lot of friends that I haven't seen for years, but I keep up with their lives on Instagram and we comment. And, you know, the extent of our communication now is mabruk.
Yeah.
You know?
ما شاء الله تزوجت. Oh, she's old enough to get married. يا حليلة.
Or when it's someone that you don't really talk to that posts the Aza thing, you know, when it's a black screen with white writing, I'm like, Azam Allah ashrakum. I don't even read
بس
the
تدري
thing.
what's terrifying about that? And sometimes it's not any one of their relatives.
Yeah.
That's them giving condolences to like someone they know. فأنت من خبصة والدتي and you're like,
That's the thing that I don't understand. Like sometimes like I read them and I'm like, okay, I try to figure out like based on the name. I'm like, okay, is that a relative? Or sometimes they do say like مثلا والدتي or
بس بعدين sometimes they have mentions on there.
yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's not someone
It's
يعني
not
I
them.
personally know,
Yeah.
but like that's them.
I don't know. I just feel awkward, so I just send because I'm not gonna sit there. If I try and read that whole page, that'll take me an hour.
Yeah.
My phone's gonna be low battery.
I think another reason why people have FOMO is the fear of disconnection. So if you don't show up or you're not involved, you feel like you're not going to be connected with your friends, or they're all going to have maybe something to talk about.
An
and
inside joke.
An inside joke. And you're just going to be disconnected.
I think it extends even more than Friends. I mean, we saw it this summer with the not Love is Blind, Love Island. It was like a cultural phenomenon where everyone was watching it, and if you didn't watch it, you missed out on a thing. But guess what? That hype was a week long.
Yeah.
So if you
No,
miss
bad
out on one thing, if you miss out on one thing, there's like 14
Yeah.
other things you're gonna be like slaughtered with.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it when my friends give me like the updates or the 411 or like the recap. Like if I'm not in a trip, like if I couldn't go on a trip or whatever with them, and then they'll give me the recap, the debrief of everything that went down.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't know. I don't really have as much FOMO as I did before.
Yeah.
You saw the whole trip.
Yeah.
You saw the whole
I mean,
trip.
they do send a lot of things in the group chat, and
Yeah.
obviously, like, you know, we'll like catch up and they'll tell me what happened. But yeah, like you said, like you end up seeing the whole trip, and I don't know, it just doesn't. I think it depends on the group, because sometimes there are groups where if you're not there, they will intentionally try to make you feel left out. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
you
yeah.
didn't come, so you don't know.
That's crazy.
That's how you know نعيش ولا ميت. You know what? Thank God I did not show up to that.
Honestly, that's how you know that you shouldn't be friends with these people.
Who does that?
Because if they're not trying to involve you,
You're like, oh, انت ما كنتي موجودة.
Yeah.
Ma'am, explain it.
Exactly.
Takes
That's
2 seconds.
ظروف, also ظروف. Like, what if
Yeah.
I have too much work, or I can't afford it right now? Or,
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's so cruel to just leave someone out. بالعكس, like, share it. It makes it more special when you share.
So that's why I love my group of friends that always like give me like the full debrief.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my God, so this and this and this happened. So then you're in on the inside joke.
Yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Because like obviously we make these jokes even as like months, whatever, pass by.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We're still gonna reference that. So I want to know.
Yeah,
you know, I don't want to
exactly.
be left out. But I think it's valid sometimes.
It is, but يعني at the same time, like يعني, as you said, like it also such situations teaches you how to be like يعني more let's say understanding to other people's situations, but also like to bring them in whenever they feel left out. You know what I mean? So like it's a good opportunity. Like it's a learning experience for everyone in the friendship. بس
Yeah.
يعني I hope people see it this way.
So obviously, like, because of the TV shows that we watch, like Love is Blind and all of that, I also think there's sort of like there's like a movie or like a Hollywood version of what a friendship group is. You know, it's almost like, you know, it's like Friends. They all live together and things happen to them and it's perfect. And it's like, but why don't we see like the inner workings of the friend group? And why don't we discuss how difficult it is to actually have a friend group? Because a friend group isn't already like two people. Two people is
Yeah.
hard enough. A friend group is like you're merging so many personalities together. That's
Yeah.
not easy. We're all different.
Yeah. You know what show I think did that or actually like showcased a friendship, especially like a girl, like a girlfriend relationship, Insecure. I don't know if you I love that show.
Can't
I have
stop
not watched that.
promoting
One of my favorite shows of all time. I'm obsessed with Issa Rae, an icon, a legend. But basically, so the show started out like the way I describe it, because it's also HBO. It reminds me of like more of a modern day version of Sex and the City, but it's in LA and it's not white people; it's people of color.
Okay.
And basically, like the show started out with focusing on her relationship, like Issa's relationship, and then as the seasons went by, they realized that her and her best friend Molly, like that's where the story is. So it started, instead of following her dating life, it started following her friendship with Molly, and then at some point. I don't want to ruin it for you guys, but like at some point they do have like a bit of a falling out, and then they show them like, you know, how they kind of like reconciled and all of that. So it was just, to me, I think we've never seen in TV an actual depiction of like what friendships go through and the shit that happens between like girlfriends. Like sometimes, like you're not always gonna be having a good time. Sometimes they annoy you.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't agree with the things that they do.
Yes.
So I love that show. Watch Insecure if you have.
I actually will.
Please do.
Yeah.
Watch it and then talk to me.
Yeah, of course, of course.
The first season is a bit of a slow burn, and then
Okay.
it gets so much better. It's
Oh,
so
done.
good, and there's a lot of eye candy.
Ooh. I am mad.
But yeah, back to the topic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, but I mean, I think even reality shows do it. Like you, actually, I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. The Kardashians, as much as they annoy us, and there's a lot we disagree with, they did an okay depiction, I think, throughout the years of showing the tensions. And we've seen them argue. We've seen sort of like the rifts. We've seen the dynamic sort of shift between all of them as the years go by. And I think that's sort of the reality.
I think that's produced though.
I feel
I
like
feel
it's
like
too
they're heavily
scripted.
produced.
لا,
Yeah.
it's too scripted.
But the first seasons, if you focus, like before they were media trained properly, the first seasons are actually quite shocking. You see like them hitting each other. Like you see a real relationship between sisters.
That's not real, honestly. I don't think the
Sorry,
Kardashians.
la, like no.
don't
What's
know,
between me and my sisters? The family group is real, but whatever that is, that's
Like,
not
حتى
real.
The first season, like they don't strike me as like your, usual like or normal family. Like they're not a like their dad was a known lawyer. Yeah, they rubbed
They're
shoulders with a
privileged.
lot of people.
They're
in
privileged
Hollywood.
for sure. But if you see the things that they call it, like if you see like it's not like as an only child, like looking at siblings, I'm always like, oh my god, it must be so fun. They share clothes.
Yeah.
And it's so I glamorize it.
Are you talking about that fight between Kim and Courtney where she hit her with the bag?
That's and then Kim is crying in her room at some point.
Okay,
and everyone's like,
that's
Wait,
real.
When I think of that, I'm like,
my
yeah.
favorite moment that's so humbling, and I still quote till this day, is people are dying, Kim. Lama, she was looking for her diamond earring in the ocean.
Yeah, but also, why are you wearing diamond earrings in the ocean? Like,
Iconic. And this, it was so humbling.
Yeah.
Such a older sister, younger sister situation.
but that's what I mean. It's like not the latter. The latter? Yeah, the latter.
yeah.
Not the latter version of the show, but like the beginning when they were acting deranged,
Yeah.
and when Chloe was just angry at everyone. I'm like,
Yeah.
that does kind of look like
they
what
did
it looks
have
like.
a huge fight. Like, what was it, 3 years ago? When,
Oh yeah, and then they hate each
Courtney
other
and
again.
Chloe, and then you see, not Chloe, sorry, Courtney and Kim, and then Chloe was just wiping makeup off.
I related to Chloe so much. I'm like, oh my god, when my friends that are siblings fight, and I have to sit there.
Kim's
and be
body
awkward.
makeup.
But that is that
صلوا
looks
على
real to me.
النبي صلوا على النبي let's get صرخور خلاص عاد but you're secretly enjoying it.
For real, Chloe's energy was like, I'm gonna go. You call me. That's me. Whenever
Yeah.
people fight, I'm like, I'm gonna go. Call me, and the girl isn't even listening to you. She's just basically screaming at her sister. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, that looks real to me.
Yeah. I mean,
It's not the Brady Bunch.
I mean, yeah, I think that's realistic when you have a lot of sisters. I don't know, Max, you have more than one sister.
Yeah,
so tell us.
I have 4 sisters and I'm the
MashaAllah.
5th. فيعني and like we're all a bunch of friends بس يعني we like different age groups.
Her family was not scrolling on TikTok. The parents, they're not scrolling on
يعني,
TikTok.
oh that drama لا 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 بس يعني honestly like for me the way I learned more about like female friendships is through like being the youngest sibling in my family. لأن I saw them like how they because يعني the way my family raised us we're like oh we're each other's friends and then siblings يعني that's the priority of it all. That's why like even if they like any of my friends or whatever they're like انت اختنا السادسة you're our 6th sister, you know, like يعني that's their يعني ratio and like that's how they measure friendships and all of that.
That's the Brady Bunch.
Yeah. لا بس يعني obviously we're not always the Brady Bunch. I mean, there's a lot of disagreements and all of that, but it's all about like working your way through them. And I feel like part of me being يعني what helped me be a good friend to my friends is the fact that I'm the youngest sibling and like I saw like how they reacted with each other and with me and with their friends as well. يعني I've seen my older siblings like lose friends, gain more friends. I've lost friends, I've gained friends. But like you learn يعني through that, like how do you react about certain things. That's why, like, to be honest, when we discuss FOMO, it's not like I don't feel FOMO. It's just like I feel like I outgrew it. And like it's what FOMO is, or like what FOMO is to other people is not the same when it comes to me and my other friends, or like my friends as well. So yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. You had great role models.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. Yeah, she tries. I mean, but يعني, we have our days, you know what I mean? But
yeah.
But
are you hitting each other with a purse?
لا not to that extent.
Have you ever hit each other?
No.
Even when you were younger?
No, لا. I feel like
the literal Brady Bunch.
But then again, you're asking me. I haven't hit anyone.
What's the age gap between you and your sister who's immediately older?
My brother is immediately older than I am. He's 4 years older than I am. And then I have a sister who's 6 years older than I am. And then I have the eldest. We're 12 years apart.
Okay.
And I think Lulu, my sister, maybe like we're like 8 years apart, or like maybe 9 years. Yeah, around that.
Okay. So were you the spoiled one in the family?
You know what? Wait, I shall use the pod to actually give good rep to Akhil Angut. Okay? Because everyone thinks we're spoiled. We're not. Or I'm not. يعني I am in a way, but at the same time, it's reciprocated in other ways with my siblings and my parents, you know? يعني كل واحد يدلع بطريقته. So like to each their own, like the way we do it, like they spoil me a certain way, I spoil them a certain way, you know?
Yeah.
فيعني it's not always like, oh, just give me and like, or I take without giving, you know?
Yeah. I feel like Jorda usually is the forgotten one.
I mean, it's like we always run errands for everyone. I don't know why. I always just like end up running errands for everyone and like doing people's يعني things with love. Yeah. Obviously with love, with lots of love.
I love how growing up we were, at least like with my sister and my cousins, we were like so what's the word? Like, you know how in our culture it's like if someone's older than you, then you have to respect them. So we used and abused that. Like if it's like 1 year difference, it's like get up and do the قومي سوي لي هذا قومي بلي ماي, and it's like but why? And it's like I'm older, and it's literally like 10 months.
God. Ma'am, this is why I know the saying أصغر القوم خادمهم.
Does that literally mean the youngest is the slave?
Yeah.
Yep. Wow.
So we actually have a saying that is like the youngest is the slave.
Yeah, fairly. That's why I know this by heart.
Like when my brother would be like, why do I have to do it? And then we use that. Or like, you're younger, go get it. Go get that. Do that.
See, a lot of times I always say I'm happy to be an only child. These are the moments where I say I'm happy to be an only child. Although I would argue my whole family has abused me being the youngest as the errand boy.
I don't know. I'm a middle child, so I can't.
So it's like, remember me?
Actually, surprisingly, even though I was a middle child, I got a lot of attention.
As you should.
Yeah. I think it's because I was a very active. That's what we're gonna call it. My mom would probably call it shaitani.
That's great. Like with your position in the family, like يعني, someone is spoiled a certain way.
Yeah.
You know, يعني, it's not like يعني, it's exclusive to someone, you know?
Yeah.
Like each person is spoiled a certain way. يعني.
I agree. Yeah. But yeah, what were we talking about?
FOMO. So I think in terms of the Middle East, there is sort of an obligation, and I think for people who don't know, like in the Gulf specifically, there's like social norms of attending events that you can't not go to. So I think sometimes you get pushed into normalizing, pushing yourself, and even if you're burnt out, going beyond the burnout to attend things. Sometimes not going, you're automatically being like, oh, but I have FOMO. It's not that you have FOMO, it's you're so used to going to all the things that you don't realize you don't have to. You can actually listen to your body and stay home.
Yeah.
Miss Ma'am?
I do that. I don't know what you're talking about. I've missed so many events.
Yeah. I recently missed a wedding and everyone's like, "Intay معي العسر." I'm like, I was sick with a fever.
Yeah.
Unless you want me to make everyone sick, I will not come.
Do you want COVID? I'll come.
No, till this day, I'm like, انت صح معي العسر. I'm like, yeah, but it was one, يعني, it was one thing اللي I didn't come to.
Yeah. No, but sometimes, like I one time missed one of my close friends' wedding because I like it was, that time of the month. And it was the first day and I was dying. And I'm like, I first of all, hormones are all out of whack.
Yep.
I feel disgusting.
You'll cry.
I'm crying. I'm in so much pain and I don't want to look at myself in a gown.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not gonna do it. And I know like a lot of people were like, da'wa, dalu'a, or whatever. And you have to go. Yeah. And it's like, oh, it's her wedding. You have to go. It's her big day. No.
It's her big day. It's not my big day.
Exactly. I want to rot in bed and be horizontal in peace in the fetal position while I cry myself to sleep.
Cuddling a chocolate bar.
A chocolate bar and a hot water bath.
No, I get that though, because I missed a wedding a week ago actually, and it was because I couldn't make it. Like I didn't have the time. I was dealing with some admin. I was like, it's impossible, and I called the bride to apologize. And actually, I commend the bride because she's like, listen, life happens. I get it.
Yeah.
And I think that energy needs to come from people more often.
Agreed. So also, I think people need to understand that if it's meant to be, it'll be. Like if you are meant to meet someone, or if there is an actual like meaningful networking opportunity, like it shouldn't be causing you anxiety.
Also, remember when people had normal conversations and like making friends normally without actually knowing their background? Or how can they be beneficial for my future?
True. Yeah.
Yeah, and I really missed that. I just miss making friends for the sake of making new
For
friends.
the vibes.
Instead
You're
of
fun.
opportunity.
Yeah, يعني why is everyone now looked at as an opportunity to network or like to get to know someone or
Yeah, I think we live in an age where your value is based on your network and people you know, and your friend group. So the more, I guess, I hate using that term, but like valuable, I guess, or the more value they add, whether it was like their career, fame, the doors that they can open for you, then I think that makes you more valuable.
I think so.
With
yeah.
social media.
It's like
as
people
well.
who aren't like nice to you, and then they see like, oh, you have a lot of followers or something, and then all of a sudden like it switches up and they turn nice. It's like, hello, I know what happened here.
Yeah.
Couldn't be me. I don't have
Or
that many
people
followers.
who come out of the woodworks all of a sudden because you have podcasts and they're like, hey, by the way, I would love to come on your pod and talk about some stuff. And it's like,
ترى والله it's embarrassing to ask someone to be on the pod.
Thank you.
Like يعني
I understand.
honestly, like
I understand that you're trying to grow whatever you're trying to grow. But if we've never spoken, or if we've barely spoken, all of a sudden you want to be bestie on us, it's a bit...
also,
Yeah.
يعني, what does that say about you? Like, you didn't even allow people to ask you to be on the podcast. Like, يعني, just give it, like, يعني, what does that say about you?
or no, I'm talking about someone who like you've had beef with and are no longer like close friends with.
Oh, wow.
And like you just both went your own way. And then now all of a sudden,
You know
like,
what
I'm
we
so
learned from
proud of
that?
you.
The audacity.
The proud...
The caucasity.
The proud is crazy. I'm so proud of me. You tried to ruin me.
Proud of me. Yeah.
Mashallah, you've come a long way.
You haven't?
Proud.
Mashallah. يعني, I remember you from your early days. I'm like, and I'm here. يعني خير. يعني, what
Like,
else?
what do you mean? Remember me from my early days?
Like, I remember لما كنتي تسوينا. And I'm like, yeah, I still make them, but better. يعني,
Like as one should. You should improve as the years go by. You shouldn't just like
one grows.
Yeah.
Grows.
growth. Yeah. But also like when it comes to networking, one thing I will say about social media is that it has made it easier to network.
Yeah.
Or else you and I wouldn't have met.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there are like it's a double-edged sword, but when it comes to like events and having that anxiety that, oh my God, I'm going to miss out on like networking opportunities. Like, I don't know. I feel like it can be valid, but not all the time. Like we sometimes go to events to network and do our little
I mean,
interviews.
I did that with you guys, يعني, and like it was nice. يعني, it was a great opportunity for both of us because يعني, I got to help you out. But at the same time, يعني, it's not like, oh, we met, ولا you guys talked to me just because I know this person. And I still remember like when I met you guys and I'm like, who? This person? Oh, even if I don't know her, come, let's say hi.
Yeah.
يعني, that's how humans should operate يعني in life. يعني I
Exactly.
should say hi just because I want to say hi. يعني there are so many like يعني opportunities that I was in where I was like, oh, cool shirt. Oh, you know, like I met a friend once because he was reading a book in a cafe and I'm like, ما شاء الله عندك ذوق. That's how the conversation started. يعني even though that's not the norm بالكويت and he's a guy وهذا I'm like, no, ما شاء الله عندك ذوق. Oh, a good book, blah, blah, blah. You know, like I miss those like organic things that happen in me, you know,
the meet
like
cutes. The meet cutes.
I was just gonna say
Yeah.
friendship meet cute.
Yeah.
It's we had a friendship meet cute.
Yeah.
You literally came up to me just because you, I don't know, liked my makeup or whatever.
Yeah.
And I liked your vibe. I think that the organicness is kind of what we're losing.
Yeah. We really are losing that.
Yeah.
Or like you usually meet friends through friends.
And that's great. And we've done that a lot. And that's us. But don't you, I'm cutting you off.
Wait, no. Keep going.
But there's something about meeting a person that I haven't done in years that I have no mutuals with.
Yeah.
That I would never meet through my friends or through work that I actually find so invigorating. Like I do. And I miss that feeling because now, because of what we see, when we do have mutuals, we're like, oh my God, but where do they come from? This is weird. No. I actually just miss the innocence of like what you did, like seeing someone and being like, oh my God, good book or nice outfit. And there's no one in between. And it's just a whole new person. And I don't know anything about them. They don't know anything about me.
Yeah.
In Kuwait, incredibly difficult. So,
I was at the vet the other day with my best friend. We were taking her cat for what do they call it? Like a checkup. We were sitting in the waiting room and like, you know, like everyone in the waiting room has a cat or a dog there. And I wasn't just a social butterfly. I touched all the cats. I touched all the dogs. And then like, there was an old lady with her cat and there was two girls with their cats or whatever. And like, we sat there like even after the appointment, just because we were yapping our way into the waiting room or we're talking. And then at one point I looked at the girl and I'm like, Ana ismi Hissa, what's your name? And I'm like, well, in my brain, I'm like, it's been a while since I've done that. Ana ismi jadi, it's like, what's your name? You know, like, and then she's like, oh, my name is this. And I'm like, and I looked at it and I'm like, oh, let's keep in touch. This is my Instagram. And she followed me and like, that's how I made a friend in the waiting room at the vet, you know, like,
That's cute.
I miss those things. I miss like not having an agenda for meeting people. هذه عندها 1 million follower. She'll be good for my business.
But is that how people are making friends these days?
To be honest, I think so.
you know Coachella, right? You know the Coachella joke of like, oh, you see all these influencers posting together, and then when the second the picture's over, they just leave. They're not even together,
and they pretend that they're
friends,
honest.
and it's for the video.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Like it's actually crazy. It's something out of Black Mirror.
Yeah,
like we have given up on human connection to impress people on the internet we don't know.
Literally, yeah. That people pose as friends for people they don't know. It's crazy. But I want to go back to meeting friends through friends because I want to tie it into the topic, FOMO. A lot of times someone will introduce you to someone and then you start getting close to that friend. And then the person who introduced you starts getting FOMO.
Yeah.
How do we feel about that? I think we touched on it.
Funny enough, they always end up out of the picture at the end of it. Yani wallah, I'm so sorry. But two of my best friends now, I've met them through people that block me now.
Oh,
they blocked you? Story time.
Do you want to talk about it? Spill the tea.
No.
Off camera. We're going to talk about it after.
Look, honestly, this is, as an only child, I'm so used to like meeting people through people, and I'm an only child, like I have to make my own siblings, you know. I don't really mind if people that I meet become friends, but let it not be in 2 weeks you guys are hanging out without me. Like if it's organic, if it's months or even like a couple of years or whatever, like that makes sense. If we're all friends, that means we're all sort of like-minded.
It also depends on how close I am to both of them. Like if I'm like really, really close, they're like, I hate using this word, but let's say tier 1.
It's real though. Everyone knows what a tier 1 is.
Or like inner circle. And I introduce you to someone else who's like part of my other inner circle. And then you guys start hanging out without me. that I
And
don't
not
know.
tell me.
And not
That's
tell me.
weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's weird. But if like someone's an acquaintance, or not just an acquaintance, let's say they're like a tier 2 friend.
Tier 4.
Tier 4? Let's say tier 3. I like tier 3. Yeah.
That's in the middle.
Yeah. So if they're like a tier 3 friend, like I don't.
You don't
really
even care.
It's not that deep.
You're not even hanging out with them.
Yeah, it's not that deep for me. But some people deep it. They're like, I introduced you guys, so it's like, what, you own people? Like, I
Exactly.
don't understand.
Yeah, that's too much.
It's like I introduced you to them, so I don't want you getting close to them. If you had met them, without me introducing you, that's fine. But because I introduced you, you cannot be friends. What?
That to me
Why
is
are they policing the friendship? But then chemistry is chemistry. Sometimes
Right?
you have chemistry with people. خلاص يعني you like and you get along. يعني why does it have to يعني
I'm the opposite of that because Zainab, like, I know she would hit it off with one of my childhood friends, Olivia. So I forcefully introduced them. I'm like, guys, please talk on the phone. I want you guys to talk.
I've literally been on phone calls with Olivia. I haven't met her. Not once. We spill so much tea.
And I stopped talking.
Shout out Olivia.
Yeah.
Shout out Olivia, she watches.
And literally, like, sometimes when you were in Indonesia, was it Indonesia?
Yeah.
And you called me, and at some point, I think you passed the phone to Olivia, and you got up, and me and Olivia were just
I was doing my skincare, and like I could hear Olivia like مندمجة بالموضوع, and I was like, yeah, because I know when they meet, I know you guys are gonna hit it off, and if you guys hit off and chat, I mean, if you guys start, I wouldn't care. خلاص, like I want you. As a friend, I think a good friend wants their friend to have friends.
Yeah, but it's not like we're gonna start making plans and not
No, of
include you
course.
and do that.
That'd be crazy.
Because if we did that, then that
That'd be
honestly,
hurtful.
that would be hurtful.
That'd be crazy, but I know you're not gonna do that. But like, also, like I mean, you did the same. You introduced me to a friend once, and that friend and I hit it off, and like sometimes we chat on the phone and whatever. And it's not you're not there like monitoring it. Also, it happened in a 2-year period.
Yeah, and it's
Didn't
so
happen in a
funny
week.
that like when you guys went out, they were like, oh, but like, yeah, and I'm like, you guys, I really don't care. You were trying to justify, like, oh, it was just a coincidence. Like, yeah,
Because
that's
we
why
didn't
they called. Like, I think they called me, but I was busy. I
You
couldn't
didn't
pick up.
answer the phone
I didn't
in the
answer
first
phone. I
place,
think I
and
was
I
in a
answered.
meeting.
Yeah.
And then they ended up going out, and then they called me, and they're like, oh, we called you, and I was like, guys, I really
You couldn't
don't
care less.
I really don't care. Show me what you bought, and what did you guys have for lunch?
And whenever I have friends like somewhere where I'm not, what I do is like, oh, you know that thing they do on How I Met Your Mother? Have you met Ted? I do that with all of my friends. فيعني I had 2 friends that were living in DC. So what I did is like I did a group chat, and I'm like I put Kuwaitis in DC, and I'm like, oh, flan, meet flana, and like you guys. Connect, because like I can't be there with you guys, so like you guys can be each other's like safe haven يعني, when I'm not there. And that they did like يعني, and I was so happy. Like sometimes they FaceTime me when they're together, ولا like they'll send me a picture, oh, like I saw flan اليوم, and I'm like, oh, I'm so happy for you guys. That's the whole point.
Doing?
Yeah. You kind of feel like they're like your little Monopoly or Lego pieces, and you're bringing them all together and being like, I'm the creator of this.
You're the
I did
puppet
that.
master.
I did that.
You're the last piece in the jigsaw. Friendships are not portrayed like the way we يعني go through them, like especially in our region. Or also like female friendships, like they're the most fruitful thing that a woman can have in her life. Because honestly, like يعني all throughout my life, and like يعني now growing up, like I remember like I had friends back in school, and like we used to cope with each other back in school, blah blah. But then like we went to uni, and now like we discuss different things, where like a friend of mine would talk to me about her work, or like people, coworkers, or her husband, or the kids, or whatever. But like that teaches you stuff without you knowing. فيعني that makes you grow as a person. And I feel like I really do value like specifically female friendships, because يعني they do make you grow as a person. So
They're healing.
yeah.
They really are healing.
Also, it doesn't matter when you know that person. يعني, I mean, we met each other and like we instantly spilled tea.
I didn't even know your last name, and I was out here telling you everything.
Like
you know.
names, family names, and everything, like pictures, capturat.
Oh, you know this person? Guess what happened?
Previously.
Here's the last 3 years.
Yeah.
فهي يعني I feel like يعني at this point in life you know yourself, and like you know other people around you, and like يعني, it makes you grow. So that's why I feel like, yeah, like that's why when like with my other friends meet each other, that's why I don't deep it at you said, as you said, because like yeah,
especially female friendships, we're so compassionate towards each other. Like, I know that even when in the moments where we're so annoyed at each other or something's wrong, I know that at the end of the day, like if I look at this person, like I know this person loves me, so I have to show the compassion that I want them to show me, so that we can both have our walls down and talk and grow and get closer.
Yeah. It is a very masculine thing to internalize your feelings.
yeah.
But yeah, I think we also do it as a trauma response.
Yeah, for real.
But that's the thing. I feel like female friendships, at least, you hate this word, create a safe space.
Oh my God, I'm leaving.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding.
You know what? Wait, let's discuss creating space. What does that mean?
I think
Opening up and allowing someone.
It basically allows you to, first of all, be comfortable in sharing your emotions, and that there's no judgment, and that it's not going to be used against you. I think that to me is what I think is a safe space.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Opening up and not having be used against you is so real. Because sometimes you say something in front of someone and they could use it against you. So feeling that comfort, I think, is essential.
And being vulnerable. Like I think if I didn't feel safe, I wouldn't allow myself to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, in conclusion, you guys, when it comes to FOMO, check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Truly.
Or just damage your phone with water and you can't see anything.
And then you won't have FOMO.
You won't have anything. You won't have anything. Nothing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chef Max.
Chef Max.
Thank you for having me.
Blessing us with your presence.
Aw. You know what I'm so glad about? I did not discuss what it means to be a female chef in Kuwait. I'm so happy that we discussed FOMO, friendships, and we discussed so many things.
Babe, you've done way too many
you're bored now.
Because seriously, I can't talk about being a chef in Kuwait anymore because so many other females are chefs in Kuwait and they're creating amazing things and I support them حبايبي بس خلاص I'm not just a chef.
I'm not a girl.
I'm not a chef. But yeah, support your local chefs.
Yes.
Also, get your cookies from Familia Baked Goods.
Yes.
And get your merch if you haven't already.
If you haven't gotten your merch.
I want, you know what? The hey.
Actually, we need to make long sleeve shirts for the Hajj
Hey,
Babe.
Because winter is coming, so we'll have to.
Hey, winter, include me.
It's not very inclusive of us, you guys. We're sorry.
You can put a long sleeve t-shirt underneath.
No, Mia, this is not 2001.
I was about to say.
That's so cute.
Listen, the Y2K is back, but I'm not bringing it that back.
We're coming out with
We're coming out with hoodies. And also, Hajj Babes, we hear you. We see you.
Should we make a hijab of Sprinkle and Spice? Should we?
Oh my God, would you wear it?
I would.
Okay.
And it says, hey.
And then uses his reason to talk to you. He says, hey, you're hijab. Okay, we'll see. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. But thank you so much for
Thank you.
coming today and having this great conversation. And if you guys enjoyed this episode,
Like, comment, subscribe, eat some of the La Familia cookies, support the girlies.
that's it. You no threats?
No threats.
Wow.
Peace
She's
out.
being nice.
I don't have a phone. If I actually threaten someone and I don't have a phone to run away from the scene, it doesn't work.
She usually ends the episode with a
violence.
threat. Yeah, with violence. A threat of violence.
Leave a review, 5 stars, love, peace.
Listen, my demeanor probably rubbed off on her.
I'll do it for you. And if you don't, I'll throw cookies at your face.
Yeah. And I'll pick them up to eat them because I don't waste food like that. Obviously, those cookies are way too good.
Actually, yeah. Those cookies are way too
Listen,
good.
throw the box.
Throw something else. Throw the box.
Okay, well,
Box.
throw the box at you. Empty box, no cookies. I'll eat them all.
I'll put bricks in the box.
Okay, I think we're done. All right, you guys, we'll see you next Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye.